right, what is up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Inside the LPGA podcast. I am one of your hosts. I'm Hope Barnett, and I am so glad to be joined, as always, by the lovely Emma Talley. Emma, before we started recording, we were talking about just how pregnant you are feeling right now.
I'm
How
very
are you
pregnant.
doing? Because I think everyone wants an update on what's going on over there.
The baby's really big. The femur bone is really long, so she is a big baby, but very thankful that she's healthy and
Hmm.
that this next month is going to come around very quickly. So getting
Yeah.
very close to the due date. Maybe you'll even get a podcast from the hospital bed. You just never
Oh
know.
my God. I will not allow that to happen. I remember when we were making the schedule earlier in the year, Emma was like, I mean, as long as, I have the baby, I could probably come back a couple days after. I'm like, whoa. I was like, listen, if you want to do that, by all means, but I think you should take some time off and enjoy time with that baby. I can't wait to
We'll
meet
see.
her.
We'll see what
We'll see.
happens. She
We'll
might just
see.
make an
We'll see.
appearance.
Yeah, I'm not mad about that though. I'm not mad about that. That'll definitely encourage people to watch the video episode
Yeah,
that week.
exactly.
No, but glad to know you're doing well. Obviously, we're all very excited for you, and I love getting the updates every time we do a podcast and in between. But we also have to update everyone on the golf that has been happening. So we are actually filming this during an off week. So the PGA Championship is happening right now on the men's side. Coming up on the schedule, we have the Mexico Riviera Maya Open at Mayakoba. And it's going to be very, very exciting. But the last tournament that we had was the Mizuho Americas Open, where Gino Titicun won. Absolutely no surprise there. She has been, it's kind of funny because she's been dominating without actually like winning on tour, if that makes sense.
Yes,
But she won. I
she
mean,
did
and
it.
she's won multiple times, and we knew it was coming. And I think it's probably going to come again at one of the majors this year, I would say. Do you agree with that?
I reckon it might come in 2 weeks. Like I think the U.S. Open might be her. If you go back in the previous episodes, I actually said in one of the episodes that she was my pick for being number one in the world at the end of the year. And there's a reason for that. Like you said, she, even though she's not dominating per se like Nelly did last year, she dominates every week. She's
She
top
top
five
tens like
almost.
every week. Yeah.
Yes, almost the top five every week. And her game's just so solid. And I think her game fits really, really well for major championships because she hits it so far. So I think you're totally right. I think you're going to continue to see her holding trophies in the next few months.
Definitely. Yeah, she did not make that final round of the Mizuho Americas Open interesting at all because she won by four. No, but it's fun, just watching her like go out there and just do what she does. So extremely happy for her, and she's very, very much deserving of it. But like we said, the US Women's Open is coming up. All of the qualifiers are happening right now. Does it feel like, I don't know, what does that even feel like having to qualify for a major? Because I can't imagine the kind of like stress I would
Yeah.
have having to do that.
I mean, yeah, it's hard because from an LPGA Tour standpoint, you're coming off of weeks of tournament play, and then you go to these US Open qualifiers. It's one day, 36 holes. You're exhausted because you've been on the road for 4 weeks, and then you're
36
trying to get ready
holes.
for the next one. So I think for the LPGA players, from the perspective of the LPGA players, I think it's really tough.
Hmm.
It's something that you are not looking forward to because it's really hard to get excited about it because you're exhausted. Now,
Yeah.
I qualified when I was 14 and played in US Open, and like that was great because I
That's
was
insane,
rested and
Emma.
like I played in like four of them I think before I turned pro and two in high school.
Hmm.
And when you're in high school, that's all you think about is like that qualifier. So you're really pumped
Yeah.
up. So, there's two sides of that story. Do I think that, there might need to be a few different rules for these qualifiers? Yes.
Hmm.
The British Open, you have to go to the UK and try to qualify, whereas like the US Open, there's qualifiers all around the world. So,
Right.
some things I agree with, some things I don't, but in the grand scheme of things, it's a stressful day.
I can't
And
imagine.
in one of the qualifiers, you had to shoot nine under to even get in. So Golf is good. Women's golf is just at its height at the moment, and it really shows.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. And I'm so excited for that week. It's going to be at Erin Hills in Wisconsin. So I have a coworker that is from Wisconsin and she's like so excited. She's like, I'm gonna get
Hmm.
y'all all the cheese. I'm like, well, I'm lactose intolerant, so I'm
Yeah.
not gonna be eating any
Is
of the
that Tia?
cheese. Yes, Tia,
Yeah,
yeah.
I thought Tia was from Wisconsin.
Oh yeah, she loves her Wisconsin,
And
so she's
honestly,
excited.
summer in Wisconsin is
Oh,
golden.
I
Gonna
can't
be a
wait.
great week.
Yeah, so very excited for that. We have a lot coming out that week, so definitely stay tuned. But for now, we need to talk about Mexico. The LPGA Tour is returning to Mexico for the first time in 8 years. We used to have an event there, and I don't know why we ever stopped that because Mexico is just amazing. I desperately wish I was going. I really wanted to go, but it's all right. It's whatever. But like, who better? Emma, to have on than Gaby Lopez, the highest ranked Mexican player right now on the LPGA Tour. She is just incredible, and I want to give you the honors of introducing her because we have an interview with her coming up.
Yes. Okay. Well, I wrote down a lot of things. I know a lot about
Yes.
her because we're the same age. We went to college together, competed a lot against each other. She is a University of Arkansas grad, absolutely balled out. She actually went pro a year early so that she could play in her first Olympics. So she's played in three Olympics so far. She was the flag bearer last year, which is like absolutely, I can't wait to ask her. Sorry, in Tokyo. I can't wait to ask her all about that. That had to be such a cool experience. She's really good friends with a lot of the PGA Tour players. She's had 3 wins on tour. She's had an incredible year so far. A little bumpy the last couple of weeks, but started out so hot. Um, she also has one of the best laughs on tour. She's just always smiley and so fun to be around. And obviously, this is going to be really special for her being in her home country, back in her home country. So I'm so excited to introduce you guys to a player that has 81 top 25s and 29 top 10s, the Gaby Lopez.
One thing about me is that I'm always on the hunt for a comfortable hoodie or sweatsuit, whatever it may be. I love to be comfortable, and me and Emma, we have been thriving lately in our Roan Dream Glow collection. Emma, how comfy is it?
It's so comfy.
Like, how good does it feel on your skin, honestly?
It is so chic. Like it's one of those outfits. Yes, it's a sweatsuit, but like I can look cute and run errands in it. Super soft, super cute, very comfortable. 12 out of 10.
Oh, 12 out of 10. Yeah, it's like the softest fabric and it's like an elevated feel, but it's also very like casual, so it's the perfect combination and like we mentioned, it is called the Dream Glow. So you can move with intention, rest with ease, and Dream Glow is designed for your quiet moments with fabric that soothes while it performs. And we have something very exciting for you guys. We got a code of 20% off. So what you want to do is go to Rhone.com and use the code LPGA Pod 20. That's RHONE.com, LPGA Pod 20. Okay, everybody, welcome Gaby Lopez into the Inside the LPGA podcast. Gaby, thank you so much for doing this. I know you have a very, very busy week ahead, but how is it going? I know you're already in Mexico, you live there. So, how excited are you for everything coming up?
Yes, I am extremely excited. You have no idea how I've been looking forward for this week since when we got the news from last year that we were going to happen to host another event on the LPG after 8 long years.
So
So I'm
long.
super excited. I'm really hoping that more girls get to have this excitement for next year because the ones that they're not coming, they're gonna miss out.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, for
They're
sure.
definitely gonna miss out. It's so beautiful. I mean, I'm like so sad I don't get to go. I really wanted to go. I told Emma earlier, so maybe I'll put it on my list next year. I'll get to go. But have you ever played this golf course before? And like, how far is it from where you live? Just give the people some like insight of how far it is from you.
Right. Mexico City's south, I mean, it's south center of Mexico, and Cancun is just east.
Okay.
and it's about a 2 hour flight from Mexico City. And yes, I've played this golf course before. We used to host a AJGA event back in the
Hmm.
days, and we played it there. I won it twice.
Oh my
So
God, I
it's
love that.
yeah, so it's such a great golf course. I think it sets up really nicely for women.
Hmm.
Um, Even I think they had the World Amateur Event Championship a
Oh,
couple years ago.
nice.
So it's just had like a lot of history with the tournaments and Live Tour, PGA Tour. They used to play there as well. So I think it's gonna be a great venue. Girls are gonna love it. The food, the hospitality,
Stop. I
people are
can't even think
just
about that.
yeah.
That's
How many
awesome.
family members and friends are going to be out there watching you this week? Because I mean, there's not many chances they get to come over, I'm sure. So, are there going to be a lot of family members?
Yes, even my grandma, she's coming for
Oh,
this event. I'm gonna have probably like 10 family members and then more friends joining the week, and I'm super excited because when you're playing at home is it's just extra special, and yeah, I think they're gonna just love it because they also know the place. So
Hmm.
yeah.
speaking
Awesome.
of just it being a special place, a special moment for you, you've had a great start to your year this year, three top tens consecutive weeks in a row. This is the week before the US Open. You're playing in your home country. You're going to have friends and family. How excited are you? How many butterflies are rolling around in your stomach? Just like the excitement for the next couple of weeks.
Yes, I feel that my game it feels a little more stable than other years in the past. I didn't play well the last 3 weeks, but I definitely needed a week off, a couple of weeks off to kind of reset and recharge, and sometimes just getting everything straight. But yeah, I'm super excited, and yeah, I mean, being able to play at home makes it extra special. I know I'm trying not to put so much pressure in myself, and I
Hmm.
think the way to kind of turn it around, it's I'm more thankful and grateful for this opportunity that rather than trying to force it to play well and trying to kind of give a result. So
Totally.
I'm trying to get the mindset of, hey, this is a really cool opportunity, and being able to be thankful for what's happened, and hopefully we can just get more girls inspired, because that's exactly how I got into golf deeply,
Oh.
was by being present in one of the LPGAs here in Mexico. And
Absolutely.
I was running around chasing Lorena Ochoa, and there's nothing like
Stop.
living an LPGA event in person.
Hmm.
Yeah. That's so cool. And I
I
totally
love
agree.
that.
I went to a tournament in Nashville, Tennessee, and same thing. Like I remember running around watching all the pros and like it becomes real when you actually see it in person. So tell us what it was like growing up in Mexico, playing golf in Mexico. I know from just knowing you for a long time, you're kind of a superstar there.
Uh, Growing in Mexico was amazing. Golf was not too big, and until Lorena came into the big picture when she came world number one and she won 27 times on tour, and golf was no one had no way to make an opinion about golf. Even the media, they were like making unfair articles, and so media and everyone kind of grew up with Lorena's story and the way
Right.
she kind of dominated so many years. And it was great. I played golf for since I was 5, and I always had a side sport. My dad told my brothers, and I have twin brothers, and they're younger than me. And my dad said, "Hey, I want you to play one individual sport and one team sport, because I want you to know what is it to work for yourself and to work as a team." And I did soccer, I did basketball, and I was horrible at both. So I did gymnastics and I did lots of sports, and I ended up sticking to golf. But yeah, I mean, I was a really bad golfer when I was growing up, like really bad golfer. I remember shooting like 115 when I was 12, and then I decided to focus in golf, and it just kind of goes up everything.
I was just thinking about it. You went to an LPGA event, you saw Lorena play, you saw all of the LPGA women play. Do you think if you wouldn't have gone to those events, do you think you would be like where you are today? Do you think you still would have ended up in golf?
Yeah, definitely not. I think that
That's
being able
crazy.
to be at the event and
Mm-hmm.
seeing them so close to you, and when someone looks like you, like Lorena, and comes from where you come from, you kind of think, if she did it, I can do it.
For
And
sure.
it's
Mm-hmm.
more relatable and it's just closer to you. So I definitely think that it's a big, big step for Mexican girls to come out and watch and get inspired by us, and just kind of telling them that there's no much difference between them and me, and
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
how we can definitely kind of keep dreaming big, and just working for yourself and working for your dreams to make them true. And yeah, I feel that being able to be present,
Yeah.
and it takes nothing from us to sign a golf ball in the middle of the golf round and just handing it to them. It takes
Mm-hmm.
nothing,
Yeah.
and I love doing that. So
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be super cool.
And you're going to have a
Oh.
lot of that. So just remember that comment because I'm sure it's going to be wild. I can't wait to see all the pictures because it's just going to be crazy.
I
And
better
it's
bring a lot of golf balls.
Yeah.
yeah, it's extra
You're gonna be giving out a
Sharpies. It's gonna
lot.
be really cool though. Like what a cool experience to have
Mm-hmm.
in your career to be able to give back because that's really what it is. You're going to be able to give back in a way that you've never been able to give back, really.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. And I feel that just being able to kind of even bring, this is my wish for the tour, is if we can bring some of the girls inside the locker rooms and inside dining. So, because that experience makes it so much better, right? So you're
Mm-hmm.
inside
Yeah,
where no one can see what happens inside the locker rooms, where the physios, and I want to bring them in. So I think that's one of
that's
my
cool.
Oh yeah.
tasks. Yeah.
We can make that happen.
Yeah, I was just say, I think you can do that,
Don't you
Gabby.
worry.
Yeah, we can. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, we'll do it. I'm hoping that Carlota and other couple of girls can
Mm-hmm.
help me out.
For
Absolutely.
sure. Yeah, I mean, you
Um,
helped this tournament happen, so I'm sure they'll be
yeah,
like, yeah, that's fine.
exactly. You played in 3 Olympic Games and you were a flag bearer. How did that come about? How amazing was that experience? And yeah, give us all the dates.
Yeah. Yeah, 3 Olympic Games. It's a dream come true. Everyone asked me here in Mexico, hey, would you rather win a major championship or the gold medal?
Mm.
And you know, it's a really hard decision to make, and it's kind of hypothetically, but here in Mexico, not many people can relate to the British Open or PGA Championship or KPMG or the Chevron, or it's really rare that people can relate to that, but everyone can relate to Olympic gold medal.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
And that to me would have been my decision. Just representing Mexico to me is my biggest blessing, and that's exactly why I love to wear green, red, and white on Sundays.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, being able to be the flag bearer was the cherry on top of the cake. I mean, it was just amazing. It happened after I won Tournament of Champions in 2020, and the Olympic Committee, they called me and they said, "Hey, we would like you to be the flag bearer for the opening ceremony. We know that it actually interferes with Evian, which is our major
Oh, yeah,
championship."
that's right. Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
it was like a big decision for me. It was like, oh, should I miss Evian? Like, I have never missed a major for by decision. And I talked to my team and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. Like,
I think
I
it's
am
worth
not gonna.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna skip it. It'll be a miscut and it'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
So now after the fact,
100%.
like I'm sure you have the same opinion, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
now to
that's
the fun
amazing.
stuff. You just got married and you had the biggest wedding
It
ever.
looked amazing.
Yes.
How how made I mean we all love Santi. He did stats for us for a long time. You had a big wedding. What's married life been for you?
Oh, it's been amazing. It's been such a cool journey to kind of experience relationship in a different way. I think to me actually made a difference, even though we started living together about a year before we got married. Um, but yeah, it's been great. He's such a amazing guy. He supports everything that I do.
Oh,
His biggest kind of thing, especially here in Mexico, that it's rare to see, is I want to make you shine rather than me shine. And at some point, I would love to be a mom. I would love to do a family with him. But right now, he says that sometime is gonna be my time, and I am willing to wait, and I have nothing. So he's just
Oh my
amazing.
God. That's a man right there.
We love seeing tea.
Oh, I love that. Well, speaking of that, actually, like him just like wanting you to shine and like giving you your moment, which yeah, I'm obsessed with that. But you're so fiery and you're so passionate, but you're also kind and I think that just like speaks to what like everything that a woman can be, like the duality of a woman. And I guess like what's your message to other people that are maybe scared to be more than one thing?
Um, I think to me it's almost just being really authentic and trying not
Mm-hmm.
to be something else that you're not, or trying not to, I don't know, in this world of the professional golf, you get in this bubble where media and fame and money can just get you wrapped up so easily with rankings and so much external stuff, that being able to look inside and being able to connect and listen to that inner voice that makes you real and that
Mm-hmm.
knows your weaknesses and knows your dark places, and you still learn to love them. And
Yeah.
I think it'll be that, trying to be you, trying to be authentic, but also
Mm-hmm.
um, in this kind of world of professional golf, it'll be more just, to me, it'll be more like loving yourself a little bit more than loving the outcome. We
Yeah.
can get so harsh on ourselves. We can be so strict and so result orientated when we sometimes forget that part of
Mhm.
it's a game. We love it,
Mm-hmm.
but you love
It's a
yourself a little
game
bit
at the
more.
end of the day. Yeah.
Yeah.
We already kind of talked about Lorena a little bit, but I do kind of want to go back to that. What all has she just taught you, like in your career? Just like what kind of person to be and also what kind of golfer to be, and just how amazing is it to have her as a mentor?
I actually had a conversation with one of the pros where we practice at Club de Golf Chapultepec, and we were
Mm-hmm.
speaking about her so much. And I think the biggest thing that she's taught me, and I think she's taught a lot of people, has been being able to be so positive even though the conditions are so tough or rough, and being able
Mhm.
to be brave. Like, she has this brave aura, this brave energy that she almost looks like she has nothing to fear of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dave Brooker he caddied for me 6 months during COVID,
Mm-hmm.
and I was speaking on his brain, and I'm like, hey, you gotta tell me how she did it, and winning 27 times. They both won together, and
Yeah.
he told me this story, and I was impressed. And he was like, you know what, Gabby, there was one time that we were at the range and we had 10 minutes to tee off, and I'm on the bag and I'm looking and I'm watching how she hits the ball warming up, and it's right, left, thin chunk, right, left, and he says, like, I don't know how we're gonna do it today. And she comes back, and the first thing she says, she goes, Dave, today is going to be an amazing day. We're going to shoot 3 under, 4 under. We're going to make so many chip ins. We're going to hit it from the bunker. And it's going to be such an amazing and fun day. It's going to be so fun.
Oh.
And for him to tell me this story was very, very few people in the world can turn that adversity and that, a lot of people would panic, would just worry about, oh, what's going to happen, or just kind of this protective mode.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
And she learned how to deal with that. And it's so tough because that's her personality and that's the bravery that I'm talking about. It's like not being afraid of the circumstance and turning into positive.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's tough. It's
And
something that
even
you gotta
being able
learn.
to say it out loud too. I mean, I think that's impressive because I find a lot of times you're almost kind of scared. You want to play well for your caddy too. And the
Right,
fact
right.
that she was like, "Hey, we're gonna be hitting out of the bunkers and we're gonna chip it in."
Yeah.
Oh well.
Um, I know. And there was another story about she says this story a lot. I think they were playing in Alabama, and she triples the first hole, and she turns to her caddy and she says, "Dave, either we win this week or next week I go home." That week she won by 10 strokes.
Oh my
I
God.
mean, it's
That's
insane,
nuts.
the power of how can she turn things into adversity and fun and positive.
Mm-hmm.
Very few people
Hmm.
can do that. So I think there's a lot to learn from her.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
wow.
amazing. Wow. I had never heard either of those stories actually, so
Yeah.
that was really cool. I know another one of someone that you I don't know if you look up to him or if you've become friends, Rory McIlroy. You posted about it on your Instagram, him winning. What's that relationship like? Is he your favorite player? And yeah, how fun was it to see him do like complete the Grand Slam? That was amazing.
I know. If I'm honest, my relationship with him is this. It's zero. I was just being a, I was just being a fan. I mean, it was at the Olympic Games, and I was like, Rory, can I take a picture with you? And I love the way, the way he plays. Obviously, it's extremely impressive the way he hits the golf ball.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm super excited. I think we all wanted him to win so badly, and being able also to react the way he did under the most pressure situations. And he talks about a
Hmm.
lot about his resilience and the way he comes back from coming down, and it's really impressive. And I think that amount of pressure, very people can handle that.
Yeah, absolutely. Someone that can handle that kind of pressure is your college coach, Shauna. What what a gal. Love her to
Hmm.
death. Talk about
Yeah.
fiery and passionate. Um, I often find that she recruits girls like herself, and you guys both are fiery, you're passionate. How was your college experience? You obviously balled out all through college. You went pro a little early just so you could compete in your first Olympics, which was very understandable. How was it being a Razorback?
Oh, it was amazing, and I would do it. I mean, again and again and again. Um, No doubt. She and Mike were amazing. I think they were exactly the perfect couple in order for me to come to the States and feel in this family environment, because I'm a very
Hmm.
family oriented girl. I love being at home. I live in Mexico City. My family, my coach, my husband lives. I mean, everything is around pretty much my family and where I grew up. And for her to have this environment in Arkansas, I think it just developed the best version of myself, and I felt safe. I felt
Hmm.
protected. I'm not gonna lie. When I told my mom, "Hey, I want to come here," and she came to visit, and we were driving from the airport to campus, it was like 40 minutes of that time, and only thing we could see was farms and cows, and my mom
She's like,
was
"Are you
freaking
sure?"
out. My mom is like, if I leave you here, I'm not gonna see you ever again. Like, you're not coming here. And I'm like, no, you gotta not. I mean, you gotta learn, know this place, and it was amazing. So I'm
And then
so
you all of a
happy.
sudden hit Fayetteville, and it's like amazing.
I know it's beautiful, and it's like this perfect college town, and yeah, I loved it, and I would go back any day. And I think it just became now Arkansas, and for Latin American players, we got in the map, and I feel that now
Yeah.
it's like a hub for every other girl and girl and boy. Honestly, the
Hmm.
facilities are amazing. So yeah, in Mexico we don't have any of that.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
facilities, the greens, so fast and firm, and brand new golf balls. So I was so appreciative, and every single time I literally would just leave the golf course at 7 p.m. Practicing and practicing all day.
Yeah, it's so fun. Their facilities are so good. And I just like you said, that it's a very community feel. Like we go to Rogers, Arkansas for the tournament, and it's still the same. It's very community oriented, very family oriented. It was so fun to play against you guys all through college, that's for sure. It was so fun.
It was always between you, Celine, Madeline, me, like
I
Allison,
Leona,
love that.
Leona. I mean, yeah, it was so fun.
yeah, it was great.
Oh, you actually touched a little bit on it just now when y'all were talking about it, but like living in Mexico City still, what is that like? Because I think a lot of people, even when they're from other countries, they always move to the US, they go to Florida or, Arizona or whatever it may be. So what does like a week at home in like Mexico City look like for you?
Mm.
Because I'm kind of jealous.
So when I come, really the first thing that we do, my husband and I, is go eat tacos. I mean, that's a nonstop from the airport. But yeah, to me, it's like first couple days I just chill. I literally just sleep as long as I can. I see my friend. I love to have some time for my friends and my family. So probably nothing really planned, but I would just call my aunties and I say, hey, who's up for dinner with my grandma, because I love to have dinner with my grandma. So they're like, oh, me, and all of a sudden, like, all the people kind of start showing up at another taco place. So that's a big plan that always has to happen every time I'm here. And I mean, I live in Condesa area, which is a very kind of European little neighborhood. There's millions of restaurants, there's bars. Santi loves to go
That's
to this
cool.
jazz bar. So every now and then when we kind of decide to leave home, we go. Because honestly, I like to be home. I mean, there's nothing like just being home and cooking and um, I know, yeah. So yeah, I lived to live in Florida for a couple months, but it felt to me that I was always on the road and I couldn't constantly disconnect from golf. So every single time
Mm-hmm.
I come here, yeah, traffic is not great. We all know that, but I drive around 25 minutes to the golf course. To me, and here in Mexico, that's close. And it's one of the prices that I pay just by living at home.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing better than home. It's something about
Yeah.
coming home. What's the one thing that whenever you get back, like, is it the sh obviously your husband, but like, is it the bed? Is it the food? Is it the shower? Like, is it your car? Like, what's the one thing you're like, ah, I'm home?
Yeah, it's my bed. My
Yeah.
bed. I mean, I travel with my pillow, and I sleep with that same pillow like wherever I go. I try to buy a new pillow, but it's not the same, so there's only one. I've lost so many pillows in every other hotel and travel. But yeah,
Oh,
I
I
think my bed
know.
and the food. Like, I mean, gosh,
Yeah.
here in Mexico we have just such an amazing kind of
Oh,
cuisine. So it's
Yeah.
such good food.
So good.
yeah.
Okay, we're getting towards the end, but I did want to ask you one more question before we have our sponsored question. So, one thing that I just love that you do is you always speak to the grounds crew at
Mm,
tournaments. And I actually had a guy come up to me at Chevron and he
mm,
saw our walk and talk. He's like, "Oh, I loved like the walk and talk." He was like, I can't remember what year he said, but he's like, she actually like came up to us and like thanked us and everything. I was like,
mm.
yeah, she's the best, you know. So I would just wanted to ask you about that and kind of tell people maybe that don't know like what you do and why you do it.
Yeah. Every single tournament that I have this opportunity, I talk to the groundskeeper and I say, "Hey, can we please set up this meeting with all the guys behind the scenes?" I don't think LPGA players, honestly, we don't. I don't think we appreciate the work. I mean, behind the scenes of
Mm-hmm.
what's what's getting to be done in order for us to compete.
Mm-hmm.
And there's guys waking up at 2 or 3 a.m. and, kind of
Every
mowing the
day.
fairways every single day. And most of them, they're from Latin America and Mexico. So I try to just kind of put up my face in front of them and say, hey, on behalf of the LPGA and every other girl out there, I want to come and thank you for all the work that you do.
Mm-hmm.
It's around, mostly it's almost around 20 or 25 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I feel that being able just to be a little, just giving back a little bit. So we take
Yeah.
pictures and we talk about soccer because they love soccer, Mexican soccer,
That's so
and
special.
yeah. So it's
That's
fun.
amazing.
Um, but yeah, you wouldn't believe, like, most of them are Mexican. So I'm like, how come I not just come and say hi?
Yeah,
And
you
it's
might as
Yeah.
something that
well.
it's something that I took on from Lorena. Lorena used to do it a lot when she was on tour.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and when she left, I was like, I want to keep doing the same thing. Like, I
That's
think
cool.
Totally.
I remember one time, I think the time that she won the Kraft Nabisco, she came and she brought mariachis and
Oh,
yeah,
Oh,
that's
so it was
that's
like, yeah.
amazing.
cute.
Or I think they brought it for her. But yeah, it was pretty cool.
That's
Oh,
awesome. And I
love
actually
that.
didn't know you did that, but I think that I mean, I always try to do something for the volunteers, and I think that
You
like
too.
you forget like how many people are behind the scenes every single week
Mm-hmm.
grinding
Yeah.
while we're like yes, we have to grind as well, but
Yeah.
like you said, it's just different and they don't get any praise at all for it. And that goes
Yeah.
a long way. I know they appreciate that. That's really cool. And you got to teach the next Mexican golfer to do the same thing.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. This is what we're gonna do from now on until
Yeah, you got to keep it going.
yeah, we will for
Oh,
sure.
That's awesome. Okay, well, one last question for you, Gabby, before we wrap up, and this is our sponsored question. It is presented by Surf Pro because in golf, when bad shots happen, there's the mulligan ball, and when fire, water, or other damage happens, there is Surf Pro.
They know how to make it like it never even happened, and that's where our question to you comes into play. If you had a mulligan in golf or in life, where would you take it?
Or in life?
Mm-hmm.
That's really tough. Let's just narrow it to golf.
That you don't eat more
Um,
tacos?
no, maybe, I mean, mulligan in golf or in life. This is gonna sound a little corny, but I would probably try to, when my grandpa passed away, I would have loved for him to come out to one last tournament, because I remember wanting him to see me win, and and he came only for one event. We used to play the Lorena Ochoa here in Mexico City, and
Mm-hmm.
that's the only that he came, or maybe US Open years ago. So kind of bring him one more time because he's pretty much the reason why my family plays golf,
Aw.
alongside my grandma. So I think bringing them both together.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
that's why my grandma is coming, to Mayakoba, and
Oh, I love
yeah,
that's so
that.
special.
making it, yeah.
Oh my
But
gosh. I wish I
Yeah,
was
that was a
there
good
to
one.
witness
I don't
this. I'm
know. I
so
mean,
sad.
it's hard. It's hard to kind of pick a mulligan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No,
What
but
do
that's
people
a good
say?
one.
That's definitely the most deep answer we've gotten, which I love.
I do too. I love that. That was the best one yet, I reckon.
We're so excited to watch you teed up in
Mm.
Mexico, and it's going to be an amazing week with amazing views and amazing golf, and sounds like even better food. So we
Yes.
cannot wait to watch you tee it up. So
And
thank you
good
for
Yeah.
luck.
joining. Mm-hmm.
Thank
Good
you,
luck.
guys.
Enjoy the ride.
Thank you. Yes, I am super thrilled, and I'm really hoping that, we can get lots of viewers and lots of spectators to come watch us play, so we can come for many years to come.